Hello, I am Deborah Ziska, Vice Chair of ICOM's International Committee for Marketing and Public Relations, and I am interviewing Lucimara Letelier, a fellow board member, who has been an arts manager for 2 decades, and she is now the new Director of Institutional Relations for the recently rebranded and reopened Museum of Modern Art in Rio de Janeiro, better known as MAM Rio. Lucimara, tell us a little bit about what's happening at MAM Rio, a little bit about your history.
Well, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be part of ICOM MPR Challenge and also to talk to you about MAM Rio for a while from Brazil. So hello from Brazil. So Rio de Janeiro had the creation of MAM 72 years ago. And the museum was created in the same time that a lot of museums were created for correlating the vanguard experimental ideas, cutting edge ideas for the cities. So we have 15,000 items in our collection from modern and contemporary art. And we also have what we call a cultural arts center, because we comprise the whole idea of having a cinema, which is a film archive. We have a school, and we also have the exhibition galleries together with a performing arts center. So all together, we can say that Museum of Art of Rio, it's more than just an exhibition museum. It also comprises a multicultural experimental ideas in the whole proposition of its narratives.
Well, since MAM Rio reopened in 2020, what's new? What are its new narratives?
Well, I think it's very interesting to talk about this because we have been creating new narratives that are very much related to what's going on to other museums around the world, with it's going on also with the new definition of museums that ICOM has been very much encouraging museums to talk about, which is focusing much more on the experience and less on the collections. Also, we have been very much working with the regenerative narrative. So we are in a park, and we have to talk about the diversity. We also integrating our exhibitions to the fact that people want to talk about social causes. And we also have been very much present in digital channels. We think about MAM now much more present on Vimeo, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, YouTube, but also thinking on educational tools. We have done a lot of workshops of education for families, for schools, and for general audience throughout our Instagram. And also we have created the first cinema channel on Vimeo, which is the Cinemateca channel, and that people could follow our films and also to provide access to our collection, audiovisual collection. So those are some of the things that we have created recently.
What is your new brand? Tell us about the new brand of MAM Rio. How do you describe the new brand, the new narrative, the story? What is the story you're telling?
The story behind the new brand of MAM, it's a cultural hub that is very much related to diversity, to openness, to opening dialogue with society, and that takes care of the city and takes responsibility for urban regeneration. And also a museum that is interconnecting with the mental health of the people in this moment that we are living for the pandemic, the pandemic situation. And also we are working with the idea that education, it's a territorial commitment for change. So we are integrating what the museum does very much with the territorial change in Rio, and also the school, which means that if you reactivate a school, which was part of the mission, the beginning of the museum, we are also, as part of our brand in that MAM, we also understand that education, arts, and culture are all together. This is part of our brand now.
Well, that's very exciting. And I can't imagine, what are you preparing for the future? What are your plans?
Well, one of the things I'd like to mention is that this year we create an open call for new curators. And one of the curators is Brazilian. It's Afro-descendant woman. And we have a Spanish curator, and they together are responsible for the new curatorship of MAM, which means that the exhibitions for the following year will take more responsibility for the Afro diaspora in Brazil, but also more responsibility for social causes in diversity. The exhibitions will very much inter-dialogue with these new topics. Another thing that are very important to take responsibility in our case is to look at sustainability and how we integrate our actions with the park. And one of the things we'll do is MAM in the summer. So we're going to invite people from January to March to be in the museum, to occupy the external spaces, the external areas that we have. And we are going to do the first time an open air cinema, which is the Cinemateca ao Ar Livre, which for sure will bring people with the sense of safeness, so they'll be safe there, we're following the protocols, and still are bringing content. And we just opened a Rio de Janeiro exhibition, and this exhibition will be interconnected with Mangueira, which is it's a samba school, and the whole idea is to give voice, space, and dialogue with the people who make the carnival in Rio. And the ancestor knowledge will for sure be part of the curation of MAM, will be part of the co-creation of programs. So all the time in the museums, when we discuss the co-creation and joint curatorship, this is happening at MAM. And this is happening for the summer. People will be able to see how the program will evolve in the MAM in the following years.
Well, thank you so much, Lucimara. It's very exciting, and I can't wait to return to Rio to visit the new MAM Rio. And where can you find out more information?
I think it's very interesting if people could follow Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, but our website, it's mam.rio, so you can follow us. And thank you very much for participating in the challenge, and you can certainly be aware of our program online. Thank you.
Thank you.